Hey y'all, welcome to my first cooking live stream. It's a little bit of a weird setup. Like I said, this is my first time. I've got my laptop down here where I can see the comments and who's tuned in. And then up here, I've got my phone because the camera's quality is better. Hopefully, for you guys, it looks how it looks to me when I look at my phone versus how it looks on my computer, because my computer is kind of looking like it's like 2002 Android, like flip phone kind of quality. So, God willing, it's better quality. If you're tuning in, please make sure that you let me know in the comments below where you're tuning in from and what you're making for dinner tonight. I'm curious to see what y'all are making. Tonight we are making pork chops. These are thin pork chops. A girl is on a budget. Okay, these are pork chops, and we're gonna do garlic mashed potatoes, again budget friendly, and some gravy to go on both. And then over here I've got the Mexican street corn chopped salad. I did do the macros because actually, if you go to Taylor Farms website, you can see what the macros are of each ingredient. So you can actually look up what the macros are for the toppings individually. So what I did was I actually did the math and calculated what it will be if I have some tonight, if I decide to do keto without the toppings. So yeah, that's what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. I've got 2 large pans. When people chime in, let me know if you can hear me. I have to say, I'm really not a fan of this angle. No, there was something on the burner. Um, Not a fan of this angle, but it's all right. We're gonna make do. So first things first, I fan myself because it's hot. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna start by seasoning my pork chops. So if I'm gonna be touching raw meat, one thing I always do is I take the caps off. I take the caps off of everything. They don't have a removable cap. I open it. I really don't know what's popping on that burner. So I'm just going to open it all and we'll see what my spirit says we're going to put in this tonight. 1 second. What red? What is that? All right, so let's start with seasoning the pork chops. So what my plan is, because I do carnivore, I've done OMAD today. I've actually been doing OMAD since Wednesday. So that just means that I eat all of my day's calories in one meal. But it should be within an hour. I believe you can do it within 2 hours. So this is my OMAD. And my plan is to do carnivore, but I've really been craving salad. And I told myself that on Fridays and Saturdays I can do keto. So it's very likely that I will have salad tonight. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to take these out of the way so you can see. I just take individual pork chops. Now this this plate is about the size of the pan, right? So I got one dirty hand, right? I'm going to start with some adobo seasoning, which this does have a lot of salt in it. We don't want to, I should have had a dirty left hand, honestly. We don't want to over salt it. I'm not going to lie. Y'all know I'm always authentic over aesthetic. I'm sorry, that was garlic powder. I don't measure anything except butters, things that are on the macros. Let's do a little, no, okay. Let's do a little bit of Danos. This is Dano's original. Ooh. I really did not think this through when I used my right hand for seasoning. For grabbing pork. Let me know if you guys can hear me too, because I do have a fan on. I have also a bad habit of overheating my pans. Y'all gonna see. I feel like I'm very blessed, and a lot of the times things I end up pulling them off, but I'm also kind of a shit show, to be honest with you. So that was some more adobo, and then this is Tabitha Brown's very good garlic. This stuff is so good. It is salt free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a table. I have cut up butter. This is my clean hand. These are my dirty fingers. I have this burner on 4, and I have it a little bit farther away, and you'll see why in a minute. Yes, I'm using soap to wash my hands. I'm going to use a fork, actually, to move. Am I going to use a fork? Oh. Ah, it's in the dishwasher. I never have an excuse to use one of these, so today's going to be the day. So this is just a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to swirl it around. Now, if you notice when I put these in, now these are bone in. Okay. Seeds inside down. Alright. I'm going to try to leave a little bit of space. Just a little bit. You just don't want to crowd the pan too much, although it looks like I probably did anyway. That's also another bad habit that I have. But see how it's like, yeah, it's a pretty full pan, but there's still a little bit of space. I like that. We need that. I have a feeling 3 minutes on each side at 6:06 will be just fine. I'm going to season the other side. Lightly. Because since it's so thin, it doesn't need that much seasoning. Hi, everybody. We are making pork chops. Seasoning with garlic powder, adobo, and some very good garlic from Tabitha Brown. We did some Danos on the other side, but I want to see how these cook up first. I also need to get a... Sorry if that was loud for you guys. This is how I keep my meat warm. I want this. Glass baking dish, oil on top. When the pork chops are done, that's where they're going. So on this burner, we're going to turn it up to medium heat. I've got about 2/3 of a red onion, like a handful, maybe this big of a red onion, 2/3 of it. And then this is, honestly, mostly the leftovers of mushrooms that I forgot I had in the fridge, and they didn't go bad. So I decided to use them. So this is, I don't know, I'm sorry you guys, I don't measure. Once I get the groove of this, I will start measuring and giving you guys better directions. But for now, we're winging it. Welcome to Watch Me While I Figure It Out. So one of the pork chops is just like starting to bubble up, like get an air bubble under it. So now this is dirty. I'm gonna put this over with the bowl with the pork in it. This is still clean. So this I turned up to medium heat. We're gonna put, let's do 2 tablespoons of butter. How many batches of pork? 2 tablespoons of butter. While the butter melts, let's see. How you guys doing? Disclaimer, if you're just tuning in, I have my laptop down here. It's a weird setup. I know. I'm figuring it out. My phone is what we're recording on, or we're doing the live stream on today, and my laptop is down here where I can see your comments. So if I'm looking down here, that's what I'm looking at. Hi, country girl. How are you? What are you making for dinner today? I want to talk to y'all, honestly. That's it. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes. 6:06, right? Now it's 6:09. Now, the reason why I'm timing it, I always say I'm an intuitive cook, which is just what I mean by, like, I don't measure things. I do it until, some people say, you know, your ancestors tell you to stop. I just do it until really my spirit says that's enough. Like, it's just a gut feeling. And when I truly listen to it, I'm good. It comes out perfect every time. But I don't always listen. So we're adding the onion in. Now, that did have 1 clove of garlic in it, but I didn't feel like breaking down a whole nother head of garlic to get another clove, so we're just going to use garlic powder. And everybody's going to be just fine now, aren't we? I like to break up the little clusters of onion. See how it's like, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. But like, when the layers of onion kind of stick together, I like to try to break them up. Now this, I honestly don't even know where I'm putting it yet, but I like vegetables, and I feel like it just needed more vegetables. Let's add the mushrooms in now too, actually, right over. Now, a trick with mushrooms, especially if you want to reduce them down and make them brown, add your salt after they've browned. Peanut the Frenchie's walking around. I learned that from Food Network, which I'm not going to lie, my dream is to be on there one day. It's a dream I let go of a long time ago, but doing this is actually kind of reminding me of that dream right now. What are we cooking? So I'm making pork chops and garlic mashed potatoes with gravy, and a Mexican street corn tossed salad. I might be eating keto today, so y'all, look how pretty that is. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Yeah, we can get that. I just don't want to overcook it. So these are really thin pork chops. If they were thicker, which next time I'll get thicker, a girl is just on a budget. We'll take that off the heat while I prep the next pork chops. What was I saying? Oh, y'all, my ADHD is kicking in. Alright, since we have to do 2 more batches, I got 4 more pork chops left. I'm so sorry, I forgot what the heck I was saying. Disregard me. I'm traveling on the road watching. Oh, I hope you're not driving. Be careful. Have a fun trip. I hope you're going somewhere fun and good. Thank you. It smells really good in here too. I'm really happy about it. I can get nervous when I cook for other people because if I oversalt something, I love salt. I'll be fine, you know, and I can get really comfortable with myself sometimes by doing that. So, you see how these mushrooms are already starting to get down? Okay, so we're gonna season more pork chops. We're doing them at batches. Adobo. Not too much. Did I do onion powder? No, we didn't. Garlic powder. Oh my god, I can see my arm flab in that camera. And then I also did some Danos. Yep. Oh! I always liked watching the Danos guy cook. You know what I mean? And then we did some Tabitha Brown, very good garlic. Now, sometimes I will say, when I cook with seasonings like this, I get concerned because sometimes the herbs will burn. They'll burn in the pan. And even if the meat isn't burnt, it's going to taste burnt, and it just ruins the whole thing. So, is that all I did? I think that's all I did. So, do we have enough butter in there? Clean hand. Sorry, I'm thinking. That's a half a type of butter. Put it back on the heat. Let me wash my hands. So, I'm really curious. Has anybody else been doing the 6-week challenge with me? I have been doing the 6 weeks to summer slim down challenge. I know summer is before the 6 weeks is up. I understand. Everybody that's been on my channel for a while knows it's to my summer trip. It's for my birthday trip back home. So right. And then I'm gonna come over and take a look at what y'all gotta say. Can y'all let me know if you can hear me clear enough? because I have a fan on. Is this high enough? Turn up to 6. I just put these contaminated items over by the pork. Oh my god, we're almost done with the pork already. See, this is a quick dinner, and I think altogether, with what I'm spending, with what I spent, let's see, the mashed potatoes, this was, I think, 78 cents. This was like 89 cents, so that's less than $2. These each have 4 servings. The bag of salad has 3.5 servings. That was $4, so that's less than $6. The pork chops were $9, so that's what, $13 so far. And then mushrooms and onions. Mushrooms were $2. I didn't even use all the mushrooms, even if I had chopped the whole thing that I bought. It wouldn't have even been this whole amount. So, and then an onion could be what, 50 cents? Like, this is a dinner for a family of 4 for $15. Okay, and that's pretty good. So, all right, so let me get these out of the way. So while all of this is going, it's time for me to start the gravy. So I'm going to do the gravy back here. Now here's my personal trick. This right here. Take a good look. Yes. See all that fat on top? Yeah. This is my homemade chicken stock. Okay. One of my first, actually I think it's my first cooking video I ever posted, was a budget chicken recipe video. I think it's time to flip the pork chops. Ooh, I forgot to season the other side. Give me a minute, y'all. Again, be sparing with the adobo seasoning because it is high in salt. You know what? No. I'm going to save me on some dishes. We're not doing the gravy in there. We're going to do the gravy in the pan from the pork chops. Tell me that doesn't sound good. Oh, my God. How's that guy do it? Oh, my God. I can't do it. Don't judge me. Shame on you. See, the seasonings are sticking to the bottom of the pan. About to be 18, so. But I don't need this pan. Ooh, that's hot. Oh. So, how are we going to do this? Let's do the mashed potatoes. Now, each of these require 2 cups of cold water. For some reason, using water in recipes, unless it's like something that I did too much in, bothers me. It makes me feel like I'm missing out on flavor. So, I have this homemade chicken stock. What I do is, so at our stores nearby, even Walmart actually, they'll have chicken leg quarters for like 40 to 60 cents per pound, sold in 10-pound bags. Do the math. That's $6 for 10 pounds of chicken leg quarters at the most. So what I do is I peel the chicken skin off, I wash it, I soak it in vinegar and water, and then I dry it off and I roast it to make chicken chicharrones. I pressure cook the chicken leg quarters, the meat and the bones, to have shredded chicken, and then I pull out the meat and I put the bones back in the broth that I made, and I pressure cook it for hours, and I make homemade bone stock. This is what I'm left with. And these are containers that my family got from ordering out, right? Like Chinese restaurants when they have like the soup and stuff. So I feel like this is best used for the gravy. So doing too many things at one time. Trying to save a dish, I'm gonna end up using a dish. Don't mind the camera, y'all. Okay. Oh no, I'm starting to get nervous. When I get nervous, that's when everything's about to go up in smoke. Oh, I know. I have a regular to measure. So I do the microwave recipe for the mashed potatoes. Jesus, please don't let these be tough. See, this is what happens when I talk too much, okay? My left hand is my dirty hand. I've washed it since the last time it got dirty, but I have to say it out loud to remind myself that's the hand I touched the meat with. Let's do, I don't need butter for anything else, so throw it all in there. That was another tablespoon and a half. That was another tablespoon and a half worth of butter. So now we go back to seasoning the pork chops again, which is adobo, Goya adobo. Don't forget it has salt in it. Dano's original. What are these dogs doing? Goya's garlic powder and some Tabitha Brown very good garlic. Now, I put too much on this side. Now here's my rule of thumb. When you put the seasoning on, it should just be enough to stick. If there's excess left on it, let it fall off. That's, it telling you that's too much. That's the meat letting you know you put too much on. But then you just use it on the other side. Alright, I'm done with this plate. I can throw it out. Wash my hands with soap. Alright, y'all. Let's see. Should I put the onions and mushrooms in the gravy? I don't know what I was going to do with that, honestly. I just wanted to saute and some onions and mushrooms, honestly. Let's see. Oh, you're riding on the sideline. Good for you. Enjoy the show. I hope you have fun. Let's see. I've been doing the challenge, but due to this mini vacation, I will be back strong Monday. I will be joining the gym also. Good for you. Look, as long as you start back up, it does not matter how many times we fail. It doesn't matter how many times we fall off the wagon. It doesn't matter how many times we decide to derail and park the car and walk 6 blocks to go do some dumb stuff. As long as we get back in the car, as long as we get back on the wagon, as long as we get back up, it is 100% irrelevant how many times we fail, as long as we don't give up. That's the only thing that matters. Because it doesn't matter, none of it matters until that one time. The only thing that matters is that one time that you got back up and you succeeded. Everything else doesn't matter. And I think once I took on that mentality and so decided to focus on my mental health on this journey versus just the scale. Ooh. Those might have to be mine because the lap came out. But yeah, once I focused on mental health and things like that, this has been so much more fun. I always tell people, I don't want to be skinny. 1, I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be healthy. And 2, I don't want to be thin or healthy or look a certain way enough to be miserable to get there. I don't. I want to be happy. I want to be happy, and that's my number 1 priority in life. I don't know if these are cooking through. This one's looks a little, huh? Hot. That was hot. Okay, so for the mashed potatoes, I turned the mushrooms and onions down to low. Oh, I gotta season them. Let's do them simple. Let's do some Redmond jewel salt. I love this salt. So see how the mushrooms are cooked down and they're brown now? If I had salted them, they wouldn't have gotten there. Or at least according to Food Network, they wouldn't have. And I trust Food Network. I don't know about you, but I do. And a little bit of garlic powder. That's all. Turn that off. That's done. Put this and this in the sink. Alright, so this is the 2 cups of homemade chicken stock that I'm going to use for this gravy. It does say it has to be cold, so I'll pour some of this. You'll see. So now, these dogs are doing something. So now I'm going to do, so I do the microwave recipe. How many times have I tried to tell you this? I do the microwave recipe. So so it says, add 2 cups cold water in a microwave safe bowl, stir contents of pouch, microwave on high 3 to 4 minutes. Cool. So this is not going to be 2 cups of chicken stock, I don't think. It's a cup. Oh. I'm proud of that. I'm not going to lie, I'm quite proud of that. Okay, so let's put a little bit of cold tap water in here. You know what? Holy Spirit must be in this kitchen today or something. They're looking out for me. I want to make sure these are done, but I don't want to overcook them. I think that's it. Turn it down. So, actually, wow. Pork chops are so hot. Let me show you what they look like. Can y'all see that? I don't know how people do the thumbnail. You know, I don't know. I'm not that advanced. But lucky you little ducks, you get to watch me figure it out. And this is how I keep it warm. So, heat's down. I'm going to scrape a lot of this out because it's starting to burn. So see how like there's bits, right? There's really dark bits that you probably can't see on camera right here, right? I'm going to scrape those out. I'm going to use this for the gravy. Oh, yeah, that's burnt on. Scratch everything I just said. Sorry if that was loud. Scratch everything I just said. We're going to use this one. Because that was burnt on. Luckily, the bottom layer was burnt on. But, yeah. That was pretty burnt on. So, we're going to pour most of this in there. Now, if you look, let me see if I can show you. If you look at how it pours, let's see. Alright, let's see. It's thicker. I don't know. I don't think it translates on camera. But it's thicker because it's gelatinous. It's thicker because it's gelatinous because I really overcook my chicken bones or my meat bones when I make stock. I can't believe how much I enjoy this. The dishwasher is washing all my forks, so. Ah! A little frother, right? Can you see that? There you go. So, you have to mix this into cold water, right? Or cold liquid. This is relatively cold still. So, I don't want it to clump up on the mushrooms and onions. So, I'm going to pour it into here. The little bit left, that's why I poured most of it in there. One, so it can start heating up, pulling up the brown bits off the bottom of that pan, because I know for a fact they're not burnt. But then also, so I'll have space to whisk this into here, get it well mixed, so I don't have any clumps of gravy. Now, what's interesting about this one is, ooh, my posture is terrible. What's interesting about this gravy is that, what did I do with my spoon? Don't mind me. Oh, cool. Stuck it in the sink. Oh, it's Cajun seasoned gravy. Never had that before. I'm gonna put in the gravy. I saw that comment. I was like, that's smart. That is so true. I left the scale on. Good for you. Getting away from the scale is very helpful when you realize that you need to focus on your mental health. Then once you get used to the mental health part, checking into the scale to make sure that the physical goal isn't going in the opposite direction, just as like a maintenance thing or a, fine tuning thing, is really helpful for me. I like your take. Oh, thank you. Faith over fear. I got this at Walmart. Excuse me, 2019, 2020. Hey, fear girl. Hi. Is Mimi gonna watch? Yeah, this is basically almost done. So, I've got it on high heat, actually. Now, I can feel the liquid that I had whisked the gravy into. I can feel when I stir it, it settled to the bottom and is already starting to thicken up. Right? So, I just need to mix it around. Now, as you know, we are authentic over aesthetic here, as you can tell. Reality, right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna have some gravy. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have some gravy. One second, y'all. I gotta let the dogs out. Come on. Sorry. They were starting to look a little suspicious. If you know what I mean, if you have pets that need to go potty outside. So, all right. Let's jump into what's next, which is going to be the mashed potatoes. Now, honestly, if you're on an extreme budget, right? I wonder. It's going to be too thick for this, huh? If you're on an extreme budget and your family is on the standard American diet, which is the purpose of the title of this video, Cook With Me, One Family, Two Diets, Simplified or Simple Dinner Solutions. Because the reason why I wanted to do this is because I noticed a lot of people online, when they debate on whether or not to join Carnivore, they have a hard time, with the idea of cooking 2 meals. You don't have to cook 2 meals. You don't. This meal, really, I could have people with 3 different diets in this household. Standard American, keto, and carnivore. And I would not have to make another meal. Now, if I were to stick to carnivore, which, as I'm making this food, I guarantee you I'm not. I'm probably going to just do keto. I would, instead of having the salad, I would just fry up a couple of eggs. Or I actually like to keep some, let me season this up too, because you always got to add extra flavor. I like to keep some cooked meats on standby in the fridge. So something I'll do sometimes is I'll cook a bunch of bacon. I'll cook like a whole pack of bacon, right? And add a little bit of salt. Just a little bit. Pardon me. I'm trying to avoid an asthma attack. I'm saying a little bit of garlic powder. I like to keep cooked meats in the fridge, ready to go, right? So this is gonna cook. Oh, here's my trick for cooking things in the microwave. Wet a paper towel. I don't wring it out all the way. And then it's folded in half, right? Just enough to cover the lid. And what it will do is it'll start to evaporate and it'll almost kind of dry onto the top of it like a lid. And it keeps everything from splattering, but it's not going to absorb the steam. So, like, it still balances. It's my cuckoo brain. Don't mind me. What was I saying? Ooh, I cannot put that in the sink. What was I saying? Damn it. Oh, poo. I got distracted with the damn napkin. Welcome to my life. Anyway. let me check in with you guys because that's going to simmer down. All I got to do is toss the salad. Right, the gravy's not going to hurt. Honestly, if I use any gravy, it's just going to be probably like a quarter cup, which I think is actually half a serving. Let's see what the damage will be. Oh, that's only going to be 1.5 carbs. Girl, I'm having the gravy. Oh, I'm sorry. I remember what I was talking about. The meats. If I'm doing carnivore, I usually like to prep a couple of meats and keep them in the fridge on the weekend and just have them throughout the week. So when I make my own stock, when I pressure cook the chicken, I'll pull it off the bones, put the bones back in the pressure cooker, right? Why does it sound like that? I don't know. Probably toxic. And then I'll shred up the chicken and I'll just put it in Tupperware and throw it in the fridge. And that will be what I have. Exactly, 100%. And that'll be something that if I'm really hungry in a bind or like I need, like let's say my family makes dinner, right? I can just eat the meat. You don't want to get palate fatigue by just eating one thing. So I'll go grab some of the shredded chicken or a couple of slices of bacon, or I'll fry up a couple of eggs, right? That's not making a whole nother meal. So technically this dinner that I'm doing, if I made more meat, I could feed a standard American diet with the mashed potatoes, with everything, mashed potatoes, salad, pork chops. I could serve someone that eats keto, salad without the toppings, just the dressing, pork chops, no gravy, although it could be dirty keto. Or I could do carnivore, right? Eat the pork chops and either pick at something I've already got cooked in the fridge or scramble up a couple of eggs or just eat pork chops. You know what I mean? And this is all on a budget. This is cheap and this is fast. Honestly, I would have been done way faster if I wasn't talking, to you guys. But I like talking to y'all, so hi. This is not really thickening up. I'm weirded out by how the mashed potatoes sound in the microwave. All right, y'all. So, last thing. This is the Mexican street corn. Is that drying yet? Oh, it is drying. Good. So, I looked it up online. You know what's the oddest pet peeve I have with these, even though I love these salads and I would live on them if I could. I guess technically I could, huh? Is that salad sticks to the little bag. I know that's such a petty thing to get irritated by, but it just, ugh. So I usually just try to get everything out as fast as I can so I can just turn this into the trash bag. See? I know I'm going to put everything out there. Now, I will say this is not a zero waste recipe. Affordable meals usually are not going to be zero waste. But there are ways to do it if you're zero waste, even though I don't see a lot of that anymore. All right, turn that off. Because I always say gravy thickens as it cools. I always forget that and try to reduce it down. Don't be like me. So this is the creamy elote dressing. Wow, I can't believe I got that right. So this dressing, one serving, which is 3.5, there's 3.5 servings in this, right? There's 3.5 servings in the whole thing. This has, if I remember correctly, 1 net carb or 2 net carbs. On my Carb Manager, if I plug it in, I had to create this actually. So if you go into Carb Manager and you get this salad and you want to track it without this, because it comes with dressing, cheese, and this is cornbread crumbles and corn. Without this, I looked up on their website, Taylor Farms, you can see the macros in each of these bags. So you can calculate it. And I went in and created on Carb Manager an item for this, photo and all, of what the macros would be according to their site without this. So I'm going to toss this. Honestly, I'm probably going to have the whole other bag to myself, so don't judge me. I always like to toss the dressing first. There's a method to almost everything that I do, even though I feel like it seems like complete chaos, if that makes any sense. So, what is everybody doing? Is anybody else cooking dinner? Where are y'all at? country girl, where are you watching from? Where are you traveling to? Make me jealous. I'm going home in 2 weeks from tonight. And I cannot wait. Where are my tongs? Whew, that's hot. It's steaming. Oh my god, y'all. My glass is fogged up. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm trying to find the tongs in the dishwasher. Never mind. They're not in there. Anywho, well. Why not? I like to mix the salad around first. The dressing around. And this is how I like my salads. I really like chopped salads. I like a salad that I could damn near eat on a spoon. Not because there's that much dressing, but because it's chopped that small. I am someone that likes to eat such big portions and take such big bites of food. Even if it's a salad, it's always been an insecurity for me that I can't be the biggest person in the room taking the biggest bite and have a giant piece of lettuce trying to cram it into my mouth. Because I feel like the people in society who look for reasons to pick at fat people, in my mind, would be thinking something like, how do you make eating a salad look so unhealthy, right? Like, even eating, like, I just don't want it, it makes me really insecure. That's how my brain works. So I could be wrong. Let's see. Do I have more comments? Let's see. What did you say? Headed to Orlando, Florida. My friend Patty from work. She's on a mushyouvacation.com to Florida. I'm not sure what part, actually. Honestly, I just found out in April when I went to do the Carnivore Kip meetup. Let me finish my story first before I start talking about that because I will forget. I didn't realize Florida had a panhandle. Like, I knew the shape of Florida, but my brain never thought about the fact that it would be going below Alabama. I didn't go to school. I got bullied real bad and absolutely hated it. Okay, see how it's kind of stiff? See how it's stiffened up? But the top isn't dried out of the mashed potatoes. Now this sucker's gonna be hot. Hot! I lied. It's not that bad. So I stirred around. And you know, the garlic probably went to the top. Oh! Y'all, my allergies need to go somewhere. Oh my god, dinner's done. So, oh my god, dinner's done. Let me get all the seasonings out the way so that I can kind of put it all in front of you for you. Now, I'm wondering if I will how I'm going to do this salad because I'm running out of bowls. This is going to be my salad. I might not eat this all, don't judge me, but it's salad. It's just, this bowl with the blue handle that I'm scooping the salad out of. It's the only bowl that we have that's a perfect fit for these bags of salad. So let me get the second one. So let me make one for my family. Here we go with the little bag again. I know, I'm weird. I know. Airbnb has a pool. Oh, enjoy it for me. You know, so I live in Houston. I moved from the San Francisco Bay Area by Oakland. I'm deep East Bay, as some people call it. I roll. I forgot to put my cheese on my salad. This is the little cheese for my salad. I'm going to put it on my salad when I'm ready. Don't worry about it. And so I'm going back home, right? Damn, cool. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I even mentioned where I was from. The pool thing reminded me of, so I live in Houston. I'm from the Bay. There we go. That's why. And there's a place called Kima, right? It has a boardwalk and stuff. But I remembered, so I went out for a birthday dinner with my friend to a place called Gilhooly's. So good. Don't get me started. I think I went 5 times in the month of May. Because they had 50-cent oysters. And I love oysters, but a girl's not paying $4 or $2 for an oyster. I don't care. It's not that important for me, you know? And I can eat 2 to 4 dozen. No, ma'am. No, it's not going to happen. So I was like, that is affordable. It's a beautiful place. I went and got a bunch of them, right? Well, on our way out there for her birthday dinner, I noticed there was a billboard at Kima talking about Tejano, which I'm not Hispanic. I don't speak Spanish, but I believe she had explained to me that is like, or someone had explained to me, might not have been her. Someone explained to me that it's like Spanish country music. That's the term. Whoever explained it to me told it to me that way. So, and I like country music and I love Spanish music. Oh my God, I love Spanish music. I don't understand a word, and it makes it all that much better. So I've been thinking I'm going to add the croutons. I always toss the dressing first because otherwise the toppings will stick in the dressing and you'll have clumps of dressing and topping and dry leaves. I like every single leaf or piece of vegetable to have a little bit of dressing, and then I'll add the toppings so they have a better chance of evenly sticking. And since they eat carbs, I'm just going to put 2 in here because no one's going to save it and use it on another salad. All right? So, yeah. So anyway, I love country music. I love Spanish music. And I'm like, you know what? That would be a really fun day thing to do by myself, you know? So I'm really trying to find things. She's on vacation, and I'm really trying to find things out here that I'm comfortable doing on my own. And since I'm God, please stop raining this weekend. Hopefully it's not raining this weekend so that I can go and get some color, because I'm still pretty winter color right now. If my dad comes home, he's not gonna come home while we're recording this, but if you saw me next to my dad, you'd understand this is my winter color. I never get near to his complexion, but I like to at least look related, you know? So, yeah, let's see. Wow, you live in Philadelphia, but you're going all the way down to Florida? Philadelphia's up north, right? I told y'all I didn't go to school. It's the simple things that school teaches you that I don't know. Oh, I didn't put the cheese in their salad either. So, again, had I not been talking to y'all, this dinner would have been done in 30 minutes, easy. So that would have been a 30-minute meal, $15. Really could feed 3 different dietary preferences. And if you do like balanced servings, you could feed at least 4 people, right? So here's their salad. Get that out of the way. Here's their mashed potatoes, gravy, salad, pork chops. Let's look at them again for anybody that's joining a little later. I don't even think I had 5 viewers on my last live. Yay, making waves. So here's the pork chops. I'm so excited. I'm going to make my plate. I'm doing keto, but I'll show you what I'm doing. I use this on raw pork. Let me grab a plate. Y'all, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. I was going to fry some eggs to go with mine for carnivore. I'm going to eat this and see how hungry I'm afterwards. But I'm going to do 2. Because my stepmom and my grandma probably won't eat 2. They'll probably eat 1. They both eat more the typical healthy portion size. They're not big eaters. My dad and I were both big eaters. Big eaters. Just I'm the only one that's big. I'm going to do a little bit of gravy. The mushrooms. A little more. Oh, you want to know the most fat girl thing that I do? I dance when I get excited to eat. know what, actually? Now, I ordered, so because I have my trip coming up, I ordered a ton. This is only going to be my salad stuff. I ordered, this needs more dressing. Doesn't it look like it needs more dressing? That looks pretty dry. Like, can you see that? You see how dry that looks? Add a little ranch or something. Oddly enough, I actually don't like ranch on salads unless it's like in addition to. I will probably finish the salad and have another small pork chop once everybody's ate. Nobody's home right now, so. Interesting dressing. It's like smoky. I don't dislike it. But the cheese for my dressing, my salad on everything. Why not? So since I'm going on my trip, I'll show you this in a second. I went on Shein and I went a little nuts. I spent a good amount. Hey girl. I spent a good amount on some Shein swimsuits. And I am someone, now, I'm a bit of a potato right now, okay? But I guarantee you, there's a look at my hands. There's an hourglass in here, okay? I may not have all the booty in the world. I'm not a BBL, but I got a little oomph, okay? I love two pieces, okay? I went to the Bahamas and wore a bikini with people that have never been overweight in their life. I was the only one in the bikini. Granted, I feel like I was a little too bold that day, but not to the point where I'm embarrassed still. The photo's still up on my personal Instagram. But yeah, I bought a ton of two pieces. Out of 9 or 11 swimsuits, I got one piece. So I am going to give a few when they get here. They get here around the 22nd. So what is that? The weekend before I come to get back to California. I'm going to give them all a try first, see how they fit, see if it's going to hurt my feelings. Because if it's going to hurt my feelings, I'm not going to do a haul. Because I don't need to risk my self-confidence being lowered over something trivial just to get a video out right before my trip. But if I feel like I won't be embarrassed by how I look in them, even if I don't like them, but if it doesn't attack my self-confidence in them, like brutally, then I will record a Shein swimsuit haul. I got everything in a 3X. I'll give you my dimensions, my weight, my height, everything. I'll insert photos of what they look like online, and I'll also put links for them all in the description box below of that video, if I do that video. But just as a heads up. So, y'all, I'm not going to go over my hour today. That is amazing. So, here is what I have. Now, this is keto. I know. If you wanted to do carnivore, I would just do a couple of fried eggs on the side, and you don't have to do the gravy. But you know what? I decided this serving of gravy is only 1.5 net carbs. I'm fine. I'm going to be just fine with that, you know? So, here's my plate. And I'm going to go have dinner. So, you're going to enjoy your weeks here. Weeks, plural. You're going to be there for plural weeks? Oh my God, enjoy it for me. Get extra sun for me. If my car wasn't acting wonky right now, I'd probably be driving to Florida this weekend. But, kind of worried about just driving to work right now. So, and I don't want to have that guilt of I should be spending my birthday trip money on my car. I'm really tired of putting money in that thing. I love her to death, though. God has blessed me with a good car. So, thank y'all so much for coming to see today's live. I'm going to sit down and eat dinner and clean up this kitchen before my family gets home and wonders what tornado blew through. And I will catch up with you guys on the weekly update video next Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So long as I don't go off the rails this weekend, you guys are in for a treat. I'm really excited to let you know how everything's going for me. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!